1 hour. I think I can do this in 1 hour or less. I think we're hitting the home stretch here. The proclamation in the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each. What is it that they question about each other? Is it the great proclamation concerning which they differ? No, indeed, they will surely know. And again, no, they will surely know. Do we not make the earth a cradle and the mountains as pegs? Do we not create you as pairs? Do we not make you sleep at times of rest? And made the night cover and day, and for night time of nightlyhood? Do we not build above your 7 night heavens and fix a glowing lantern? Do we not send down upon you from rain-clad clouds torrential water to sprout there with seeds and vegetation and gardens intertwined? The day of separation shall be the date appointed, a day when the trumpet shall be blown, and you shall come forth in droves, and heaven shall be opened and turned into apertures, when mountains shall be wiped out and turned to mirage. Hell shall be lying in wait for transgressors of final destination, abiding therein for aeons. Therein they taste neither coolness nor anything to drink save boiling water and filthy scum, a fitting recompense. They had no faith in the reckoning, and I had cried lies to our revolution, and what lies? All things we have recorded in the books of taste, for we shall only Christian tournament for the pious there lies the path to salvation. Cups overflowing if they hate neither heard not gossip nor falsehood, a reward from your Lord, a free offering of fair accounting, Lord of the heavens and earth, what lies between? All merciful, none can address him that day. The Spirit and the angels shall stand in rows, they shall speak now unless it be permitted by one all merciful, he shall not speak with profitably. That shall be the day of the truth, whoso wishes can fall at last to his Lord's refuge. We have warned you of an imminent torture of man. A day when man shall behold what his hands once brought, when the blasphemous shall cry as if it only had been turned to dust. You're fantabulous and magical. Your efforts are up the mark. Thank you. He frowned in the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each. He frowned and turned aside when the blind man approached him. How do you know? Perhaps he was seeking to cleanse his sins, or else to be admonished. The remembrance might profit him. Ask for him whose wealth has made him vain. To him who you turn your full attention. He is not to you if you do not cleanse his sins. For he who came to you in earliest endeavor in piety, from him you are distracted. No, indeed, this is a reminder. Whoso desires I may remember it, inscribed in hallowed scrolls, sublime, immaculate by the hands of scribes, honorable, virtuous, perish man, how blasphemous is he! From what substance did he create him? For his sperm drop he created him, gave him shapeless, made his way easy, caused him to die and lie in his grave. Then if he wills, he shall resurrect him. No, he did not perform what he commanded him. Let man consider his food. We poured the water down in torrents and furrowed the earth a great furrowing, supported therein grains, vines, and soft dates. Olives and palm trees and walled gardens dense with vegetation and fruits and pastures, all for your enjoyment and for your cattle. When the scream comes to pass, that will be the day when the man flees from his brother, from his mother and his father, from his wife and his children. Each one of they will have something to preoccupy him. Rolling up, in the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each. When the sun is rolled up and the stars are cast adrift, when the mountains are wiped out, when the pregnant camels are left unattended, when wild animals are herded together, when seas are filled to overflowing, when souls are paired together, when the newborn girl buried alive is asked for what crime she was murdered, when scrolls are unfolded, when the sky is scraped away, when the hell of fire is kindled, when the garden is drawn near, then each soul will know it is ready. No, indeed, I swear by the plants ascending or receding, by the night when it stinks, by the morning when it respires. This is the speech of a noble envoy. He is a figure of great power and high esteem with the Lord of the throne, obeyed in heaven, worthy of trust. Disintegration, the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each. When the sky disintegrates, when the stars are strewn, when the ears are made to erupt and the graves are dispersed, each soul would know what it did and what it failed to do. Oh man, what tempted you away from your bountiful Lord? He who created you gave you shape and symmetry and framed you in any way which he chose. It is rather that you would deny the judgment, but there are watchers over you, noble scribes who know what to do. The righteous are in bliss, but the impious are in hell, to be scorched by it on the day of judgment, nor will they ever depart therefrom. Indeed, how can you know what is a day of judgment? A day when no soul can do anything except help another. A day's judgment solely belongs to God. Those who shortchange, in the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each. What are those who shortchange? They who, when they measure from others, obtain the full measure, but when they measure out of bounds or do others, they might defraud. They did not imagine they shall be resurrected on a mighty day, a day when mankind shall stand before the Lord of the worlds. Excuse me. No, indeed, the record books of this is just a sigil, but how can you know what is a sigil? A record precise. Woe that day to deniers, those who deny the day of judgment. But only the offending sinner denies it. When our revelations are recited to him, he said fables of the ancient, no stifling, but indeed their hearts is what they earn. No, indeed, that day there shall be veiled from the Lord, they shall be scorched, and how it will be said to them, behold what you once denied. No, the record book of the righteous shall be Ilium, but how can you know what is Ilium? A record precise witness by those drawn near. The righteous are in bliss upon couches, watching. On their faces you would discern the radiance of bliss. They are given to drink from a nectar sealed, whose seal is musk. For this let contenders contend, and whose mixture is from thusname, a fountain from which those draw near shall drink. Sinners would once laugh at the faithful, and one passing by them would wink and snigger. Returning home, they would return in high spirits. Catching sight of them, they would say they have truly strayed. They would not dispatch guard over them. Some of this day the faithful are laughing on the other on the unbelievers upon couches, watching how the unbelievers receive the reward of their works. The splitting, in the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each. When the sky is split, it's opened to its Lord as it fit. When the earth is extended, growing up upon what is upon it, and voided in obedience to its Lord as is fit. O man, you press on towards your Lord with all your mind. You shall surely encounter him, and he who has held handled his book with his right hand shall be lightly held to account and return to his family in joy. But he who has handled his book from behind his back shall pray for perdition, but shall be scorched by the blade, and he had been once happy among his family. Imagining he shall never return to life. Oh yes, indeed, the Lord has always had him in sight. No, swear. No, indeed, I swear by the twilight, by the ingathering of the night, by the moon full and bright, you will surely run your course stage after stage. The constellations in the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each, by the sky with its constellations, by the day portended, by witness and what is witness, perished the people of the trench with its fire and its, I'm not going to say that word, as they sat above it, witnessing what they did to the faithful. All they held against them was their belief in God, Almighty, all praiseworthy, he whom belongs sovereignty over the heavens and earth, any God who witnesses over all things. Those who oppress faithful men and faithful women and do not repent, there awaits the punishment of hell and the punishment of the blaze. But those who believe and do righteous deeds, there awaits them the garden beneath which river flows, and that's the greatest of triumphs. Harsh is your Lord, in which he is who originates stores, and he was all forgiving, kind, and all august Lord alone, ever accomplishing what he wishes. Has the story of the troops reached you of Pharaoh and Talmud and the other believers continue to deny as God encompasses them from behind? The night intruder, in the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each. The sky and the night intruder. How can you know? What is the night intruder? A star of piercing dazzle. There not a soul there is, but as guardian, therefore let a man consider what it was, what he was created. He was created from water discharged, issuing from man's backbone. Surely he is able to raise him from the dead. On a day when the secrets of hearts are put on trial, when he has no strength and no supporter, but the sky, the seasons recurring, and the earth its frozen, its speech decisive, and its no jest, the highest. In the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each. Glorify the name of your Lord, the highest, who created the proportion, who measured the guided, who brought forth pastures. Then turn them into dark stubble, who shall dictate it to you, and you shall not forget. Say what God wishes. He knows what is proclaimed aloud, what is concealed. He shall ease your way to mind. So remind, if not reminding prophets, the pious shall remember, but the wretched shall turn away. He who remembered be scorched by fire, wherein he is neither dead nor alive. The put in heart shall prosper. He who mentions the Lord's name and praise. And yet after you prefer the present life, though the hereafter is better and more listening. No, indeed, you do not honor the orphan. Nor is another to feed the poor. You consume inheritance to the last mouthful, and you felt wealth of love and ordinance. No, indeed, when the earth is crushed. Mashallah, boy, you did it. Yeah, I've got 15 more pages, actually. 16 more pages. Lord and the angels arrive after all, and hell that day is brought until that day man will surely remember. But how will it profit him to remember? He shall say, if only I had laid up good deeds for my afterlife. That day none shall torment as he torments, none shall bind as he binds. O soul at peace, return to your Lord, well-pleasing, and enter among my worshippers and enter my garden. I can't wait, dude. I'm so happy. The city, in the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each. No, indeed, I swear by this city, while you live in this city, by a begetter and what he begot, we created a man in hardship. Sorry, hang on. Okay. We created that man in hardship. Does he imagine that none can overpower him? He says, I wasted abundant wealth. Does he imagine that none has seen him? Did we not give him 2 eyes, a tongue, and 2 lips, and guided him to the highway? He did not storm the steep, but how can you know what is the steep? The freeing of a slave, or feeding in time of famine an orphan near kin? Or a poor man dirt poor, then join those who believe, who enjoin patience on one another, who enjoin mercy on one another. These are the people of hand dextral. But they whom blaspheme are revelations. These are the people of the hand sinistral. Upon them fire firmly padlocked. The sun, in the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each. By the sun in its morning glow, by the moon in its toe, by the day when it burnishes it, by the night when it cloaks it, by the sky, and he who built it, by the earth and he who leveled it, by the soul and he who gave it symmetry, inspiring it with its perversion and its piety. Prosperous is he who purifies it, lost is he who stifles it. The night, in the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each. By the night when it unfolds, by the day when it unfolds, by him who created male and female, your striving is disparate. As for him who is generous and pious and believes in God's words, we shall ease his way to virtue. But as for him who is miserly and selfish and believes in God's reward, we shall ease his way to evil, nor will his wealth avail him when he plummets. It is for us to point to guidance, and to us belongs the last and first. I warn you, a fire that rages, at which the only wicked shall be scorched. He who denied and departed by the most pious shall be delivered from it. He who hands over his wealth, hoping for purity and nothing done him any favor, and his merits come sense, save only his desire to find favor with the Lord. The exalted, and he will surely be content. Prime of morning, in the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each. By prime of morning and night when it settles, your Lord has not abandoned you. And night when it settles, nor disdains. The last is better for you than the first. Did he not find you an orphan and sheltered you, and found you erring and guided you, and found you dependent and enriched you? The orphan must not be aggressive, and the beggar you must not reveal, and your Lord's blessing proclaim. No, do not obey him, but kneel down and draw near. Power, in the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each. We send it down the night of power, but how can you know what is better? What is the night of power? The night of power is better than 1,000 months. In it, the angels and spirits are sent swarming down, but their lords leave, attending to every command. Pieces of that night, still break at dawn. Manifest proof, in the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each. The unbelievers among the people of the book and the idolatries were of diverse views until there came to them a manifest proof, a messenger. I've got 10 pages. Messenger from God reciting untainted scrolls, and them are canonical writings. Those given the books did not splinter except after the manifest proof have come to them. They had been commanded only to worship God in sincerity of religion and pristine of faith from the prayer and to play the alms, which is a canonical religion. But those who blaspheme from among the people of the book and those idolaters shall dwell in hell eternally. These are the worst of mankind, and those who believe in good deeds, these are the best of mankind. Their wage with the Lord shall be Garden of Eden, beneath which rivers flow, adding therein forever. God shall be well pleased with them, and they are with him. They shall be rewarded of one who fears his Lord. The quake, in the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each. When the earth quakes, a shattering quake, and the earth casts up its load, and man says, what ails it? The day it shall tell its tale, for your Lord hath inspired it. That day mankind will come out of its scattered throngs to be shown right and wrongs. Whoso has done an atom's worth of good shall see it. Whoso has done an atom's worth of evil shall see it. The Changing Stallions, in the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each. By the charging stallions, snorting with their hooves sparkling, by raiders in the morning, dust raiding amidst an enemy troop appearing. A man is an ingrate towards his Lord. Of this he is himself, for love of wealth he is merely to excess. Knows he not that when he graves and contents are strown, and that secrets of hearts become known, and that their Lord that day is all aware of them. The battering, in the name of God, merciful of all, compassionate to each. What is battering? What is the battering? How can you know what is the battering? A day when mankind shall be like moths besprinkled, when mountains shall be like tufts of wood adrift, and he who scales our way down, he shall have a life of joy, but he who scales our light his matron shall be the pit. But how can you know what that is? A red-hot fire. Rivalry and wealth. In the name of God, merciful of all, compassionate to each. Engrossed are you in rivalry for wealth until you reach your graves? No, indeed, for you will surely know, and no, indeed, for you will surely know. No, indeed, had you known for certain, you would behold hell. Afterwards you shall see with the eye of certitude. Then on that day you will be questioned about bliss. I can see the end. I can see, this is how much is left. Look at that, so little. Nothing. Afternoon, in the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each. By the afternoon, men surely miss all save those who believe, who do righteous deeds, who enjoy truth upon one another, who enjoy patience upon one another. The backbiter, in the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each. Woe to every backbiter, defamer who amasses wealth. Yeah, I know, dude. I'm so excited. Forever counting and imagining his wealth will immortalize him. No, indeed, he shall be tossed in the consumer. But how can you know what is the consumer? By the flaming fire of God, the fire that laughs the hearts upon them is a bolted and calms distended. The elephant, in the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each. Have you not considered what your Lord did to the elephant to the people of the elephant? Did he not turn their God into futility? He sent against them feathered flocks, hurling at them stones of hellfire, and left them like worm-eaten leaves. Oh my God, I can't wait. To bring harmony to the Quraysh, their harmony being the journey of winter and summer, so let them worship the Lord of this house, who fed them against hunger and secured them against fear. 522 of 525. Liberality, in the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each. Have you considered him who denies the judgment? Is it he who drives away the orphan, who enjoys not feeding of the poor? Woe to those who pray, but to those who are negligent in their prayers, who disassemble and withhold liberality. Abundance, in the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each. We gave you an abundance, so pray to your Lord and sacrifice. He who baits you is he who will be childless. The unbelievers, in the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each, say, O unbelievers, I do not worship what you worship, nor do you worship what I worship, nor will I ever worship what you worship, nor will you ever worship what I worship. You have your religion, and I have mine. Victory, in the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each. When there comes the victory of God in the conquest, and you see people entering the religion of God in storms, glorify the praises of your Lord and ask his forgiveness, for he is ever pardoning. Fiber, in the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each, perish the hands of Abu Lahab, and perish he. His wealth shall not avail him for what he earned, and he shall be scorched by a fire ablaze. As to his wife, carrying the F-word around her neck is a rope of fire. True devotion, in the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each. Say, he is God, unique God, Lord supreme, neither beginning nor begotten, and none can be his peer. Oh my God, it's the last page. I'm on the last page. Break of dawn, in the name of Allah, merciful to all, compassionate to each. Say, I seek refuge with the Lord of the break of dawn, from the evil he created, from the evil of the approaching night, from the evil of women who blow on knots, from the evil of the envier when he envies. The last surah. Surah 114. Mankind, In the name of God, merciful to all, compassionate to each. Say, I seek refuge with the Lord of mankind, King of mankind, God of mankind, from the evil of the one who whispers and recoils, who whispers in the heart of mankind, of jinn and mankind. I've done it. I read the entire Quran in one sitting. Oh my Lord. That was hectic. Holy crap. Oh my God, I can't believe I actually did it. Can I do it again? Oh yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah. Hang on. No. Kim, guys, I gotta do it again because Kim missed it. Hold up, give me a second. All right. Problems of interpretation. The Quran is the axial text of a major. No. Shut up, Kim. You missed it. Sucks to suck. All right. Bye. That's it. I'm done. I'm not doing this.